Brethren, peace of the Father. We're in another edition of the neglected prophecies. By the neglected prophecies, we mean that there are so many prophecies in the Bible that the world has not paid attention to. And this is what we continue to remind the world, that the world talk about the prophecies that are being fulfilled. When you talk about our Lord Jesus the Christ, all those things that were written about him were fulfilled in his last advent. Now, it was written of him that he will be born by a virgin. Isaiah chapter 7 verse 14, that a virgin shall conceive and give birth to a son, his name shall be called Emmanuel, which come to pass. It was also written of our Lord Jesus Christ that he will be sold for 30 pieces of silver. It was a prophecy, and it was fulfilled in his last advent. It was also written that Christ will die among transgressors, and it come to pass. It was written that Christ will enter Jerusalem with a colt of a donkey. That prophecy also come to pass. It was also written that he who dip his hand with him in the same dish will betray him, and it also come to pass. There are so many things that was written about Christ, and all come to fulfill. And the entire Christendom, the Christians read the Bible 24 hours. Some read the Bible 10 times in a year. They go a long way and interpret it to people. But concerning these prophecies, the prophecies that are written in the scriptures, some of these prophecies were not properly treated. And that is what we want to remind the world. Now we talk of Isaiah chapter 63, verse 1 and 2. Isaiah said that, who is this that cometh from Edom, from the city of Bozrah? He that is glorious in his apparel, traveling at the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Why therefore art thou red in thy apparel, like he who tread upon the winepress? This is a prophecy. Now, how many people reading the Bible constantly talk about this prophecy? Nobody talk about this prophecy, apart from the Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, which has come up with a perspective that leader Olumba Olumbabu has come to fulfill that part of the prophecies. Then when you come to Revelation chapter 1, verse 3 said that blessed is he who keep to the prophecies of this book, because they are things that will soon come to pass. Now the same Revelation chapter 2 verse 17 tells us about a new name. He that had an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to these churches. To him that overcometh will I give some of the hidden manna, and I will also give him a white stone, and on top of the stone a new name is written, which no man knows except he that receiveth it. Now today, all the Christendom, all those who read the Bible, they quote all the Bible, nobody talk about this prophecy. It is also written in Revelation chapter 3, verse 12, that he that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God. He shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God, the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, that cometh down from God out of heaven. And I will write upon him my new name. This is also prophecy, because the Bible said in Revelation chapter 22, verse 18, that the words of this book are the spirits of prophecy, which Christ showed to his John, his disciple, to write, that nobody should add and nobody should subtract, because these are prophecies that will surely come to pass. Now, these are neglected prophecies. Nobody cares about them, but everybody pick the Bible and want to preach. What of these prophecies? About 2022 years now, nobody has come up with a tangible report that these prophecies must be fulfilled. So in this our discussion today, we want to tell the world that most of these prophecies they are reading has been fulfilled in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star. Now when you talk about Revelation chapter 12 verse 1 to 5. It was also written that John said he saw a woman clothed with the sun, the moon was under her feet, and upon her head was a crown of 12 stars. She was being with child, travailing to give birth in pains, and a great dragon stood before her, preparing to devour her child as soon as it is born. And she brought forth a man child, one who is to rule all nations with a rod of iron. Nobody cares about these prophecies. So we are now reminding the world, if we believe in all the fulfillment of the scriptures, why will these portions not be fulfilled in our time? Now, times and season belongs to God. It was written in Genesis chapter 50, verse 24 and 25, when Joseph told the Israelites that my time is up, but the Lord your God will visit you and take you out from this land of bondage and will take you to the land he has promised to our fathers. And when that time comes, go with my bones. Moses came and fulfilled that prophecy. So many prophecies have been fulfilled. Christ was prophesied before he was born. All the prophecies come to pass. So why is the Christians of today, especially those who claim they are reading the scriptures, why are they not concentrating on these prophecies we are talking about? Brotherhood has come up to tell the whole world that most of these prophecies they are reading are fulfilled in Brotherhood of the Cross and Star, and is personified in the Olumba book. The world is doubting. Are they now telling us that these prophecies will not be fulfilled? Revelation chapter 19, verse 11 to 16, also talk about the iron rod ruler. And during the reign of the iron rod ruler, the nations will have problem, because it is written, out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, with which he will smite the nations, and he will rule them with a rod of iron. Today, the nations are having problem. Every nation is in trouble, and nobody cares to know whether the iron rod ruler is born in our midst. So what we are advising the world, that the world should look for him. They should look for the iron rod ruler who is shaking the world to its very foundation. In the name of his holiness, Olumba. Now and forevermore, we shall continue with more emphasis on neglected prophecies. Prophecies that people are reading every day in the Bible, and they don't think about the fulfillment of these prophecies. As we continue, and when you are viewing us, you drop your questions, whatever you want to ask, you are free to ask. We are in a Facebook page. You can still get us there. You can get us in our website. So we thank you for listening to us.